So I'm here with Bianca Hughes. I'm Annie Schusler, and I wanted to share some of Bianca's experience with the Superpower Method program for therapists. So Bianca, can you start by telling us what you do and then also where you were before you started the program?
Okay. So I primarily work with women who are struggling with perfectionism and beating themselves up. So I help them move out of their shadow into their purpose, specifically just really focusing on their authenticity and accepting who they are, where they are. Um, so before I started the program, I've been in private practice um, maybe 2 years. No, not 2 years. Maybe just, yeah, almost 2 years. And a year before, I had kind of worked on wanting to deal with do a niche, but was hesitant. Knew I wanted to work with perfectionism, but it was a lot of trying to figure out the language surrounding that, how to connect to the clients, how to speak to them on my website, through blogs or maybe video blogs, how to get myself out there and connect with the right people, how to have some form of organization and grasp because it was overwhelming. I had like a whole bunch of ideas of things that I wanted to do, trying to get that where it was in a process that I can manage and help um, deliver whatever people needed. Um, so that's where I was. And one of the things I decided this year was I was going to be prepared to work on investing in myself and in the business. And it hit me, I was listening to a podcast, I think it was in November. I was on a long drive. And it talked about being an entrepreneur. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so it hit me, and I was like, oh, I think I need to start thinking differently, doing things differently, and having a different mindset. And so that was another big thing um, coming into that to shift into an entrepreneurial mindset. So that's where I was at the beginning.
Great. And yeah, I remember right away seeing you have so much potential in your life and in your business. And so it was really exciting to get to work with you.
You.
And to get to continue to work with you. So what changes did you make? I know you just finished the program, but what changes have you made already as a result of the program?
I think uh, the first, maybe second week, I changed my fees. I remember listening to a call and and doing the worksheet to figure out how much I earn per session. And I just cringed where I heard everyone talking, even though everyone's in California and I'm in Georgia, so there is a different standard of living. But when I was also doing the paper, I was like, okay, this is, this is not right. This is not working. Um, and you would talk to people about it and be like, oh, when you first start out, you have to earn this much and that much. And I was like, no. I said, I have a master's degree. I don't just have a regular degree. I'm an educated person. I'm passionate. I love what I do and I'm very gifted in what I do. And I don't see why I should, reduce myself just because this is what everybody says you do in the business. And quite frankly, I just think that we're underrated as therapists and people just try to push us down. And the work we do is just amazing. And so I read your posts, 2 blogs you sent me, and Annie, you agreed with me. You were
Yeah.
sad for me too. I was like, oh my gosh, she's sad too.
I think we realized we both cringed about your fee. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I read the blog and I was talking to a friend about it. And I did your instructions and I kind of prayed about it and I talked to my friend and then I came back with my new fee and I told my friend and she was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. We had the exact same amount and
Ooh.
I changed the fee.
What was the amount that it went up by?
So I was charging 80 per session, but I was accepting. I had clients at 60. I had clients at 70. I had clients at 80. I had clients at, yeah, I think those kind of 50, 50, 60, 70. Even had one client, I know it was a student, so they were on a fee like 25. And so I went up, and what I decided was to have a certain slots at 80 and then my regular fee at 120. So some fees were available. So I moved away all that sliding scale. I just didn't want to know anyone's income. I didn't want to do all this form set. I just was like, this is what it is. I have these 3 slots at this rate, and this is the other rate, just 2 rates. And that made it, simplified it for me. Within the first week or 2, I got my first client at the full rate, and I have clients at my full rate. However, the other part was I had clients who were paying less, and I told them, and I gave them the option. I said, this is what I've increased to. I'm, a good paying client. I gave them the option to set the fee. What did they want to pay? And one went from 50 to 100, and then one went from 50 to 120. Yeah.
Wow, Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like, you're so worth it. And I was like, I wish I knew that.
I wish I knew that before.
Yeah. Oh, Superpower. Oh my gosh, that's why I came. I was reading your stuff, and I did the referral network. And that. I just want to say this about you, just you connecting and talking and encouraging. Even when I did the 30-day free referral network, was so helpful to me. Like, okay, I really want to work with her. But it was a superpower. When I first saw this interview, I think it was Cat Love, I was like, superpower? Oh my gosh, I love that. And so I was dying to figure out what my superpower was, what they were. And so being able to figure that out, just from myself, from my family, friends, and people in the group, just helped me once again, just even as an entrepreneur and as a person, know, okay, this is what my clients, again, in the counseling room, this is what I offer, because you want to know, what am I getting when I come to work with you? What are you, because people don't know about therapy. People have no clue. So you're trying to invite them as much as you can. So I think in knowing your superpower is a power. Yeah.
And you're so grounded in it at this point.
Yeah.
Who do you think that this program is a really good fit for? And then on the other hand, who do you think it might not be a good fit for?
Who might it not? If you are closed-minded, don't do this. If it helps if you have a level of self-awareness. I'm biased on this, but if you've done some work, because the reason I say that is because you are going to be going through this program and you're not going to like it all. I'm sorry. I just was like, I don't know if I didn't like Annie, or I just was like, maybe there are times I'm like, oh, Annie. Oh, it wasn't I didn't like you. It was just like, oh, this is hard.
It's hard work.
And in order to get to that place that you need to be, you have to be open and vulnerable, like on the calls, and be willing to not be this great therapist. You have to have that level of, that's my favorite word, authenticity. That's just my superpower. Authenticity and vulnerability to do this, I think. And if you just not quite there yet, you might just want to give yourself some time and then come back, because it is going to open up some stuff, and if you question some stuff, which is good. I always love it. I mean, as therapist, I love that. But so yeah, if you're ready to dig in, start the business, you want to do an adventure, you're open-minded, and you know that, okay, I want to do it, I don't know how, I have all these ideas, but and you need the support and the encouragement. If you just like to work on your own and do what you want, and you are, I didn't even want to say a control freak, because I'm a control freak.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to say you're a control freak, but if you would just absolutely have to do this on your own, this is not, and you don't want to hear any feedback, then this is not for you.
Right. Right. You're going to get feedback. Yeah. It'll be loving feedback, but you'll get
Yeah,
feedback. Yeah.
yeah. So there's no perfect way to do it. There are people in the group had kids, didn't have kids, married, single, whatever, wherever, whatever stage they were at. Um, so yeah, I just think open, open. Just think open.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, Bianca. I
Yes,
appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about this.
you're welcome. My pleasure.